don't even live in Illinois, guys. All right. And I'm sick and tired of hearing of Brandon Johnson and his ridiculous sanctuary policies. Right? I'm not a super fan of it. Like listening to what's actually happening there, and then him basically pushing back against Trump on every single turn in terms of actually doing something tangible. Right? No more talking. Like actually doing something tangible to fix Chicago. And he, along with J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois, are basically just pushing back against it consistently. Guys, this is getting old, bro. Right? Get this man out of office and J.B. Pritzker. But either way, let's jump into it. This is a suggestion via a channel member.
No federal troops in the city of Chicago.
Okay.
No militarized force in the city of Chicago.
Cool story, bro.
We're going to defend our democracy in the city of Chicago. Are you prepared to defend this land? If this president decides to continue to break this Constitution.
In this context, he's actually not, but and I'm definitely a constitutionalist, guys. Trust me. Trump has done some wild things constitutionally. Okay, he's stretched and brought up some like zombie laws. I'm here for that. But in the context of this here, he does have the right to protect the land that he is governing.
If this president decides to continue to break this Constitution, it's going to be the labor movement that stitches it back together.
Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson rallying against President Trump's offer to deploy federal troops to help the city fight crime. Now, this despite a violent holiday weekend. At least 7 people were shot and killed and dozens more wounded.
Right.
Kata Truss lives in Chicago. She is the director of the Community Roundtable and joins us now. Great to have you back on the show. I want to read to you what's in Mayor Johnson's executive order. He says the city will pursue all available legal and legislative avenues to counter coordinated efforts from the federal government that violate the rights of the city and its residents. Okay. You're closer to the people than we are, and we'd love to hear what you think about all of this that's going on, and especially the very tragic news from over the weekend.
Well, first of all, this has been a very violent weekend in the city of Chicago. As a matter of fact, the last several weekends in Chicago have been very violent. And so when Mayor Johnson stands there and talks about taking over the city and not letting troops come in, it's as opposed to what? As opposed to the high crime that's here, as opposed to the murders and the violence that's going on, as opposed to businesses being afraid to open their doors because they're constantly being robbed. What's the point in this? You know, the fact of the matter is this. Mayor Johnson has a dismal approval rating. And so going against President Trump probably in his mind seems like the right thing to do. He has never listened to the people and what we really want since he's been in office. And you know what is really happening here is I feel that the mayor is probably deflecting. He's deflecting from the fact that he mismanaged the city's money by supporting the migrant crisis. And he asked the Board of Education to take out a junk loan for the city to cover costs. That's basically what the loan is for. So now that the Board of Education has refused, most of the measures that he's really tried to push in this city have been turned down because they've been things that have not been beneficial to the people here. So of course he's going to go against whatever measures President Trump puts in place.
Yeah, guys, hold on. He is actually doing what the people want, but not specifically the people of the city that voted him into office, right? So Brandon Johnson definitely comes off to me as someone who has aspirations much higher than just mayor of Chicago. If you listen to him speak, right, the holier than thou type of messaging that he basically delivers, you can basically tell that he's trying to do as much as humanly possible to kind of get in as deep as humanly possible into the Democrat Party. Right, that's just what he is trying to do. He's trying to appease not his constituents, but the people that could potentially put him into a higher office. That's what he's trying to do. All right, and that's just my opinion. Obviously, that's just me, outside looking in, kind of how he delivers things. He does not care about what the people want. Because what the people actually want is for there to be less crime in Chicago, but yet he does not care. And he's just following his own specific echo-chambered party line here, guys.
Right, so he would use politics and a fight with Trump in order to help his own standing, is what I hear you say.
Yeah.
I want you to listen to some of these Chicago business owners to talk about what they're going through.
The city's not safe, for the mayor and the governor to go on TV and use us as statics, as numbers. I mean, we're human beings. We're talking about real time. We have to hire extra security, private security on the street. We have to make sure that we advise all our patients when they go home and check the Uber. People can't even walk their dogs. I mean, this is to believe that the city is safe the way they made it sound in the press conference. It is wrong.
Kata, if Brandon Johnson were to change his mind today and take President Trump up on the offer, get some results like they're seeing in Washington, D.C., do you think that his approval would actually be harmed in the city?
Absolutely
in the
not.
city, no.
It may help him, considering the fact that his approval
lot.
rating is at a dismal 1 digit. It might be something that can help him. But the fact of the matter is, it really doesn't matter about what Brandon Johnson says. It doesn't matter about his politics. What matters is the people. And the people here in Chicago don't feel safe. The people here in Chicago want the help that President Trump is trying to send here. So regardless of what the mayor says, we want the help.
Kata.
Okay, yeah, guys, definitely a subsection is going to want Trump's help. Understand this here, that the overall politics of the people that put Brandon Johnson, into office in the first place here are going to be excessively left-leaning, and they're going to watch CNN. They're going to be like, oh, no, we need to keep talking it out with these absolute criminals for some reason. Let's talk it out. Maybe they'll listen one day, right? Maybe they will reform themselves one day. Bro, they're not reforming themselves, right? Go back 20 years and see if it was better. Go back 30 years, see if it was better. Because what it seems like is that each generation is teaching the next generation to be just like the previous generation. All right. So there needs to be some type of roadblock put in. And if the National Guard can act as a roadblock that can literally stop the absolute loss of life that consistently happens on a weekly basis, specifically during the summer while it's hot, right? Then it needs to be done. I'm sorry, guys. All right.
Thank you for being here. I think that there could be, perhaps news about this in the next week or so, maybe sooner. And we'd love to have you back.
Maybe.
You're a great guest for us to have. Thank you.
Oh, it's over.
Thank you.
Oh, it's over. I could just wait. Okay, I could just waited. All right. I mean, listen, guys. Brandon Johnson, I think he fooled a lot of people. Right, because I mean, people voted for him. They thought that he was like a black guy from, from the inner city, and we're going to vote for him because he's going to fix the problems. Not fully understanding that he was kind of like a wolf in sheep's clothing. Let's say in the context of this year, so we're going to vote for him. And then what happened immediately? He flipped. He became like the party mascot for the most part here. All he cares about is his ambitions, his aspirations. That's all that matters to him. He does not care about the people. He basically conned you guys. That's what happened here. And then ran Chicago into like a gigantic deficit by supporting the migrant crisis, hoping the federal government would basically back them financially, realizing that Biden and Kamala Harris were basically not going to do anything about it. Right? And now you're sitting in a deficit trying to basically get junk loans from the Board of Education. Guys, come on. All right? Like, listen, this is terrible. The only way to fix this is to actually fix it. We definitely need a massive roadblock put into place so we can stop this generational curse of literal nonsense that is coming out of this area here, guys, right? But all right, listen. You guys all have an absolutely amazing day. If you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. And in the meantime, I will catch you guys later.